Welcome boys for the tutorial on the rotation from on the DPS max utility build. It's the same for the, not quite the same, but almost the same. The idea is that we want to cast as many rampage as we can because of the high damage. All this while maintaining our kinetic energy, so we get the 8% damage increase. So basically we do never ever want to drop below 750, but it's acceptable, but do never drop below 500, because then we get nothing. We only lose 2% damage increase when we drop from 750 and below to 500. So this is my rotation, this is how I do it. In my head it makes sense because it maintains. There might be a much better way, but for me, at least in my head, this is how I'm doing it. So we want to start. Gonna turn this on to fucking easy boys. Grant yourself buffs. Oh, gonna put it on groups just to show you. The idea is that we want to do 3 times with relentless. Get above. Then we rampage, breaching, whirlwind. Then we savage. Rampage, tremor, we auto attack, breaching, rampage, and we whirlwind. Now we get below. Then we pop savage, relentless, rampage, tremor, and we just keep going. That is basically the rotation. The reason why I'm popping whirlwind before I'm popping savage is because I get to hit rampage with 1000 kinetic energy. So it means that we get all the 2% from our damage dealing, most damage dealing spell. And that's basically how you just keep going. If you pay attention, I'm popping savage strike before where whirlwind ends. That is the reason why, is because we're not interested in all the damage from whirlwind, we're interested in damage from rampage. I'm not quite sure about what time, but I know when my rampage hit about the bottom, I pop it, so it's basically ready. Yeah? That's the rotation when we're going. How to get started like a fucking boss when we're pulling or starting the fight. I'm gonna show you my mask. There we go. I have Code Red enabled. It's here, you can't see it right now. It's the engineer buff, so if an engineer is tanking, you can go absolutely fucking crazy in the beginning. If it's not, be sure your tank has a taunt at least. Because what we want to do is we want to break the rotation. So we start, as we used to, get to 1000, then we whirlwind, savage, the lag is real, and then we pop our innate, and then we start all over. The reason behind this is we want the absolute max amount of rampages, which is right after we used savage, because otherwise we need to tremor and then we need to wait 2 seconds, so we actually gain the 2 seconds. If you're lucky and you rampage proc or breaching strike procs in the beginning, you might want to pay attention to the cooldown, because if it's like 1 second after, you want to save it, because then you get the breaching strike reset, which is also very handy, especially if running on tier 8 for the 80% armor pierce. That is very much on a raid boss. Gonna show it again. Waiting for the innate. So the idea is to get to 1000 in kinetic energy as fast as possible, so we can prop rampage. Whirlwind, savage, 1000 energy, and we pop our innate. What I said by the you want to make sure it's off cooldown breaching is because if you can get 1 hit with the breaching strike and then you pop your innate, then you reset it, so you gain an extra breaching strike. But this is only if it's like a half a second, maybe a second, then you do it. Then you wait for it, then it procs, and then you hit. If you're unlucky, you won't crit and it won't pop, so just pop your nade. You still want to prioritize the rampage over breaching, of course. Rampage, 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 rampage. What can go wrong is that you cast Whirlwind after Savage. If you do it like that, gonna see here, and we pop our Savage, and then we pop Whirlwind, you see that our kinetic energy is dropping a lot lower. So our Rampage goes below, and since Rampage is the one dealing most damage, you want to get it over. And if you want to maintain the kinetic energy, you need to pop and Relentless Strike in between, which slows down the whole process. Yup, boys.